Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Waking up, having coffee. That's what we do. Let me try to be a little professional about the situation. And just start with a little song.
And here we go.
Honeycomb's big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not small. No, no, no.
Kiss my entire ass.
Oh, my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
I'm gonna get a cappuccino soon. I'm gonna strangle somebody.
You know, this is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee. Damn good coffee. And hot.
Listen to me very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
This town needs an enema.
I need to put something at the end of that that's an anchor. It just kind of peters out. I'll fix it later. So good morning, everybody. And by everybody, I mean all of the no one who is watching right now. But that's okay. It always picks up later. Let me put it out a little bit. So, I was watching some, started off watching Mark Feltman Productions. If you've never seen him, he's a World War II historian, does great content here on YouTube. And I had it set and it was playing, and I was working this morning already. And it's cold in here. And something auto-played behind it, and it was this young lady speaking, and she said something about she was trying this product or that product, and she said, but these ones, and that just set me off. Stop using that phrase, people. You're not that stupid. These ones. These lighters work. These ones don't. No, these lighters work. These don't. This one does. I hate that. English is a dying language. You don't believe me? Go to Walmart. Don't contribute to its murder. This was a gift for mine and Tacey's anniversary from my neighbor. She does these, the transfer on the mugs. So probably going to hire her to do some mugs for the campaign. Have the Pariah logo on there. Oh, man. Let me see. I'm going to go over here and check. Getting the usual. Checking the social media. Seeing if I got my dopamine hit of people liking something I posted or not. Oh my goodness. So, looks like Pariah's doing okay this morning. You know, this is actually a kind of behind the scenes look at a day in the life of. So, I'm up at 4, make coffee, feed the dogs, get the wife up if she's not already up. She was up this morning before I even went to the bedroom to tap on her head and go, hey. So she didn't let me do that this morning. And I have a cup of coffee. We sit, we talk. She heads out the door to go to her work early. And I immediately go and I crank something onto YouTube to play in the background. And I start drawing or writing or doing something related to whatever art I'm working on at the moment, whether it was painting, comic books, doesn't matter. And now it's second pot of coffee brewing. And so that's what I do. And then, part of your job as a creator is your social media, whether you want to or not. I have Doc's famous 3 things you got to do to succeed in art. You got to make art, you got to show it to people, and you got to, I can't get the 3 up, be nice. The make art part is simple. It's be proficient and be prolific. Get good at it and crank it out. Part 2 is show it to people. That's the social media, In fine art, that's the galleries, the showings, the street vendors, the pop-up shows, all that stuff that every artist actually hates, but you do it. The comic book side of it is you get out here on YouTube and you talk to people. You get on social media. And part 3, be nice, means stand behind your product, treat your customers with the utmost respect and dignity, and give them more than they ask for. Do better than average. Do those 3 things, you'll succeed. Jim Shooter was the one that used to say, the secret to a successful comic book is to tell a good story and tell it well. Tell a good story and tell it well. How can you argue with that? Well, answer is you can't, but you can ignore it and you can crank out the crap that Marvel and DC have been cranking out. A pregnant Joker, are you kidding me? Florida continues to be the state where wokeism goes to die. Hail Ron DeSantis. So, there's only one video game I play. And it's Champions Online. It's a superhero game. It's free to play. It's pretty cool. The character designer in it is very robust. You can create just about anything. And I was playing the other day, and the chat, and the zone chat, which is everyone that's on the game, somebody said, hey, old so-and-so, so-and-so. And I went, that's interesting. So I sent a private message that said, hey, old. And there was a silence for a minute or two. They got back and they said, CG, ? And I said, yes. So we're everywhere, people. We're everywhere. Forgot to dump the ashtray. Part of the rest of the morning routine is to dump the ashtrays because I smoke entirely too much. And honestly, so does my wife. I'll say, honey, maybe we need to quit. you know, and she goes, I don't want to. I'm like, well, okay. So she's even more hardcore than I am. These ones. Oh. Let's see. My congressman wrote to me. Somebody trying to sell me art supplies. And we clean up the mail. There we go. That goes over there. That goes over there. That goes there. That goes there. Yeah. What the hell? Oh. Various things happening. So what I thought I would do is I want to be able to have the same kind of popularity that other streamers have because clout. So I'm just going to stream my empty chair for a little while. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. I think that the empty chair streams are funny though. We've all seen Vic fall asleep on a stream, or Rex go to work, leave his stream up. I don't know if I could do that or not. But what I can do while I go and refresh my coffee is going to play a little something for you that's the second installment of my mostly absolutely positively true stories. Hi kids, it's your old pal Doc with another mostly absolutely partially true story. Today I'm going to tell you about how I overcame my fear of heights and water and learned to swim. So back in high school I met this girl. She was sweet, she was kind of cute, and she had other wonderful characteristics. To this day, I don't know what color her eyes were. We did all the stupid teenager dating things, and I got to explore her wonderful characteristics. We decided to get married like a couple of idiots, but I had no real job, no money, no opportunities. Like I said, idiot. Anyway, this was during the Cold War, and I was a patriotic kind of guy, which got me to thinking about the military. So I went downtown and met with a Navy recruiter. Why Navy? His was the only office open. The Marine Corps, Air Force, and Army were out to lunch. Dude was a chief petty officer, and in his dress whites, he looked like how you'd think God might have looked if he ever enlisted. He told me about the money and benefits for me and a young wife. I expressed my concerns about not being able to swim, and he said, "Forget about it. The Navy will teach you." So just like that, I signed up. So me and her got married in a quickie ceremony. I had a quickie honeymoon, consisting of a lot of quickies, and off I went to the airport to catch a flight from Atlanta to San Diego. I was scared shitless of heights, and unless I became an astronaut, this plane was going to take me up higher than anything on Earth. What was I thinking? Oh yeah. Plane takes off and I start chain smoking my Salem Light 100s. Honestly, it was kind of fun and I was sort of enjoying the flight in spite of feeling like I would puke, piss, shit, and pass out all at the same time. Anyway, I get to boot camp and boot camp stuff happens. Heads get shaved, uniforms issued, lots of marching, training, screaming, and the ever-present odor of foot and ass one finds in barracks anywhere in the world. After a while, though, I started to feel like I would actually make it. Then it happened. The day came for us to go to our first survival at sea training. We go inside this big-ass building containing the biggest pool I'd ever seen. Chlorine burned my eyes. I was not crying, and every sound was amplified and echoed forever. Our swim instructor popped up out of the water and spit a fish out of his mouth and said, "I'm your instructor, Chief Petty Officer Dick Grande, U.S. Navy SEAL. The most important thing you gotta know today is that it is impossible for you to die in my pool, so don't piss yourselves, ladies." He then asked if there were any non-swimmers. Now, non-swimmer in the Navy is equivalent to being a dirty commie. I sheepishly raised my hand. I was embarrassed, but I also wanted to live through this long anticipated and dreaded day. He took us to the shallow end of the pool and instructed us on how to float. Lay back, eyes open, lungs full at first, and relax. You'll float. I laid back with my eyes open, my lungs full of air, and I tried to relax as I sank like a rock. I'm doomed. I expressed my anxiety to the SEAL, who told me I would be fine. Even if I drowned, the Navy would bring me back to life and then make me repeat the drowning again and again until I became a swimmer. My confidence soared. He then pointed to a skyscraper that he called the diving platform, and my heart and my wiener shrunk 5 sizes instantly. He told us to climb to the top, wait for his command, cover our noses and mouths with one hand and our giblets with the other, and then step off and let gravity take charge. A nervous fart escaped my sphincter as I climbed Mount Everest. Sorry, fellas. Eventually my turn came. Little chubby Filipino kid stood next to me, and the SEAL gave the order to go. The Filipino stepped off and vanished into the distance, never to be seen by me again. I tried to go too. I just stood there making twitching motions like an idiot. The SEAL bellowed up to me, "Get off my tower or I will erase you." Now, I don't know exactly what that means, but his threat and my unending love got me to jump. I fell for about half an hour, reciting the 23rd Psalm a good 30 times, and then hit the water. I pushed off the bottom with all my might and broke the surface. Help, I can't shit. I mean, swim. But the instructor saw my panic, and he was right there. "Open your eyes," he said. And just like that, I was treading water. I went on to swim the 2 laps and passed my first survival at sea, and did it for my country, patriotism, and, well, you know. The moral of the story, kids, is this: with a proper incentive, you can do anything you put your mind to. So until next time, this is your old pal Doc. Take care. Help, I can't shit. I mean, swim. I could not get that line out to save my life. I kept cracking up. Had coughing fits, saw stars, almost blacked out. Could not do it. Oh, let's see who's messaging me already. All right, so again, it's a wonderful morning here in the Deep South, where it's close to freezing this morning, and it'll be close to 70 by the afternoon. I mean, you know, this is life in the South. Just want to know, where's this global warming everybody keeps yapping about? Could use some of that.
How dare you!
Shut up, wench. Oh my goodness. Pardon me. Little tuberculosis this morning. Hi, Carrie. Good morning. There might be a few, I will neither confirm nor deny, where someone is or is not in my basement. I'm just waking up. I haven't even really thrown this out there, Carrie. Just thought I would go live for a little bit to get really truly awake. The wife left, and normally I get right to work. But I needed a little extra motivation this morning as the second pot is brewing. So, yeah. How are you, Carrie? We haven't spoken in a moment. Not since you were ranting about somebody flirting with you. Who was that? Was it Hen that was after you, Carrie? I forget these things. Of course, I was also saying one of the things you got to do when you're a creator is you do have to interact on your social media. I was never going to get Twitter, but I was convinced to by several other creators that, look, man, if you're going to do a book, going to have a YouTube channel, you got to have Twitter. I'm like, son of a bitch. So yeah, I was in. So I went and got Twitter, and thank God Elon got it when he did, because as soon as he bought it the first day, I said, all right, I'm going to test this free speech thing by making a controversial statement. Girls have a vagina, boys have a penis. And then I waited to get canceled, and it didn't happen. Imagine my surprise when telling the truth was not censored. Ooh. But yeah, this, the heater I've got in here, this, right here behind me, this is a radiant heater. One of those oil-fired ones. You stop, Gary. Yeah, no, Elon's a terrible person. Free speech. Eek! Anyway, I came in here last night, and this thing had gone like 3 Mile Island, Chernobyl. Hi, Carol. Good morning. It was smoky in here, and this thing was just, I mean, it was almost glowing in the dark. Obviously, the thermostat's gone out, and I don't want to burn the house down, so I unplugged it. I'm going to throw it away this morning when the sun comes up. Because, you know, I don't want my house to burn down. That's where I keep all my stuff. Yep, anyone can tweet now. Yeah, I think he reactivated the account or lifted the ban or whatever. And Trump hasn't come back yet. I don't know. There's a link if you guys want to pop in. But it just, I can't wrap my brain around the idea that people are offended by and frightened of free speech. I've never understood that. If people can say hateful things, yes, they can. And you don't have to listen. It's just that simple. I know, Carol, I've been there, remember? The fire that burned our house to the ground that started under my bed. Ah! I didn't sleep for 2 years. Oh, I guess I better go over and pin that link. Not quite as savvy as I let on. There we go. Yeah, Carol, you got to stop at some point. All right. Yeah. The volunteer fire department in the little town we were living in, when that house burned to the ground, were a combination of guys so old that they used walkers to rush into the flames, and kids that were still, you know, eating baby food. They were just, it was like that house never had a chance. It just wasn't going to happen. The next year, by the way, after that happened, true story, my dad had taken a new job. He was, oh, Carol, I want to hear about that. Hold on a second. My dad had taken a new job as headmaster of a private school down in deep South Georgia. And the school burned to the ground on a Saturday. The very next year after the house burned down. And it was just, fire was a no-go for me for a little while. Just saying. And then Dad takes us to go see the Towering Inferno because he's a sensitive kind of guy. I'm like, are you shitting me with this? Well, Carol, now you either have to start typing the essay to explain that, or click the link and come out here and tell us that story, because now I must know. The second one, I ran to the army guy across the street. Look up, and he asked if we could wait. And he asked if we could wait till morning. Jeez. Hey, good morning, Dad. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, let me
I can hear you now.
Yeah, let me turn off the sound on YouTube.
Yeah, do that.
There. Okay. So here I am And I picked up my bass guitar, and I thought to myself, I'll do a few scales. And then I said, no, I'm not going to do a few scales. I'm going to see Doc Blaylock.
Listen, just without even knowing, that looks like an Ibanez sound gear.
No, it's actually not an Ibanez. It's whatever it starts with a J.
Jackson.
It may be a Jackson guitar. I don't know. Since I lost my Alembic, I just don't care what bass I play on now.
Yeah. I prefer, and we all have preferences. The best one I ever had was a 24 fret long neck. It was an Ibanez Roadstar Series 2. It had the preamp.
Yes.
Oh my God, that thing was badass.
Oh, the 6-string Ibanez was one of the best guitars I ever played on.
Yep.
And
right, hand that over. I'll play some scales. Come on.
6-string bass. 6-string bass, yeah.
No, I prefer a 4-string bass, 24 fret neck though.
Well, I do. This is a 24. This is a 24 fret.
Yeah.
And I don't know. For some reason I just wanted to pluck a few notes tonight.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
But
absolutely.
then I saw you, and I was like, oh, I can hang out with Doc Blaylock.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Let me see. Carol says, if I get out of bed, I'll want to smoke a cigarette. I don't have any. I don't have any dollars to get any. I'll be grumpy for a hot minute. Girl, I feel you. Listen, there's certain things you don't do if you're a smoker. You don't go to bed with no cigarettes for the wake up. You know, I have literally looked over in the pack and went, damn, there's only one cigarette left. I got to get up and go get a pack because in the morning, one ain't going to get it done. Am I right, Dan?
I have a friend who actually goes to Mexico every month.
Mm-hmm.
And so I probably should not be saying this online.
We won't tell anybody.
$120 a month. 4 cartons. $120 a month.
Well, 6 cartons.
Probably should not have called him out. However, he is my hookup.
Yeah, we won't tell if you don't. Nobody watches this show.
I mean, 20 years ago when I was at Fort Hood and I was, smoking cigarettes like crazy, it was, $120 a month to buy cartons of cigarettes 20 years ago. And now I pay $120 and I go, you are my best friend.
There you go, Carrie. Good for you. She says her cigs are duty free too. Usual price is 14 pounds, but she gets them for $3. So that's what, like $3.50.
There you go, 3 pounds. That's
$3.
about $5. $5. Yeah.
No, it's a little closer now. The pound and the dollar have kind of synced up, like two menstruating women living.
Are they really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been a while since I've been in London.
All right, somebody PayPal my girl Carol $5 or $6 so she can get some smokes. We're here for each other. I'm going to run and go refill my coffee. I was going to do that a minute ago, right? And I went in there to get a fresh cup, and damn it, I had forgot to flip the switch to start the brewing process. So I'm going to play us a commercial here, and then I am going to run and go get some coffee. Let me find one that's about the right length here. Oh, look, there's one. Sign up today, only on Indiegogo. Well, good, Carol. Best of luck to you. Life without money is possible, but it sucks. So, Dan, when is the next cooking video?
Well, yeah, that is a good question. What would you like me to cook?
What's your specialty?
No, I made bolognese today, and so I'm not going to do that again.
Okay. All right. So bolognese is your specialty?
Bolognese is my specialty, but I can pretty much cook anything you want me to.
I mean, like, are we talking soul food, Cajun food, French, Italian?
My last video was Cajun.
Right on.
And my next video will probably be something French.
All right. All right.
Sure.
Cool.
Probably chicken. Piccata, chicken piccata, probably.
All right. All right. All right.
Because chicken breasts are so easy to get, and you just pound them out, and okay, the cooking video is going to be a little bit involved. Yeah.
Chicken dish. I watched I enjoy cabbage stew, but all the Eastern European ones put things in cabbage that have no business being in cabbage. Like they'll add beets or they'll add sugar or.
Fair enough.
And I'm like, hell no. So I found one recipe online that I liked, and it was from a good old Southern black woman. And she said, hell no, I'm going to show you how to cook it right. And
that's right. That's right.
She scrambled up some spicy sausage with sage in it, added that to her cabbage and her tomato base, chopped up some onion, and put some fresh bacon on top as a garnish. I'm like, hell yeah, that's the one I'm going with.
When you go with salt and acid, you cannot go wrong with salt and acid.
Exactly right. And there was another one, and I was cooking this, by the way, because my wife is Eastern European. Her family's part of it from Poland, the other part from Hungary. And she likes that stuff, you know. She loves the old country food, but she's like me, you know. She doesn't want a bunch of rice and beets and sweet stuff in a savory dish, you know.
Fair enough, yeah.
So she liked my Southern spin I put on it. I'm like, yeah, that went in the keeper. And I also made recently crab fritters, and they were good.
Oh, crab fritters. Right on.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The last time I made it is my brain isn't working right now. The last time I made goulash.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, goulash is it's an amazing dish. Wonderful. But it takes me 2 days to make goulash.
Yeah.
It does, because you have to cook the meat ahead of time and then add it to the stew later on.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it takes me 2 days to make goulash, but it is so
Now, have you got the whole setup where you can film your stovetop and your prep area and all that stuff?
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm remodeling my kitchen right now to try and get more space.
Yeah. Good afternoon, TJ. Good to see you. The link is pinned. Any of you are welcome to pop in. I got to have you on one day and do a cooking show.
Yeah, that works for me.
And I'll follow along. I'll do my best to follow along with you.
I did go to Arizona Culinary Institute for cooking after I left the Army. So I do know a lot of French cooking styles. I know a bit about Italian cooking styles, but my main focus is trailer park cuisine. So
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. I saw the guy, my wife found his channel. And if I could remember the name of it, I'd say it right now because I love to shout out other YouTube creators. But he does these unusual but delicious dishes. Like he fried chicken, but his batter was crushed up Doritos.
that yes. Oh my God, yes. I use my the Dorito, not Doritos, the puffy stuff, Cheetos
Yep.
puffs. I use Cheetos puffs. Yes. Oh,
you can do it, and it works.
It is amazing how good it tastes.
How much is a pack of cigarettes where you're at, Dan? Carrie's overseas. She's asking how much a pack over here is. Like a name brand pack over here, you're going to pay between $6 and $7, and I'm in
it. Okay, so I do actually once in a while when I go to the bar, I will stop by the Circle K and I will buy a pack of Camel Lights, and they are $9.75.
Yeah, anywhere between $6 and $10, depending on where you're at and what brand you buy here in the States.
Yeah, so $9.75. You know, if I go to the bar, I'm obviously just wasted out of my mind anyway. So but it again, my friend has the hookup, and so $120 a month is.
Listen, I don't know about you, Dan, but I remember saying to myself, you know, when these fuckers get up to $1 a pack, I'm quitting.
And you're obviously not quitting.
You just dropped your fire, bro.
I did, yeah. It's gonna go out.
Okay.
It's down to the stub anyway. See?
Just didn't want you to burst into flames. It makes for good views, but you know, it's only a one trick.
I'm sure the house going up in flames is a one-time wonder.
Yeah. Yes, a one-time show. We can only do this once, ladies and gentlemen.
I need to put my bass down. I was intending to just do a few exercises, just running up and down the scales, and I can't even do that right now. So I'm gonna put my bass down and hang out with you.
That's absolutely fine with me. Prices and participation may vary. Prices and participation may vary. You know that you're not supposed to actually say the letter P when you're broadcasting. You use a B instead, so you don't pop the microphone. So back when I was broadcasting, you teach yourself.
I have the microphone screen.
Yeah, the pop screen.
Yeah, the pop screen, and I also stay 3 feet away from my microphone.
Yeah. And you know, when I would record commercials at the radio station back in the day, they have the pop screen, but it still hears the pop sound and the sound. So you're supposed to, for T's, you use D, and for P's, you use B's, and you literally learn to speak that way. And
is that why they're doing so many soft sounds on TV shows these days?
I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that.
It drives me absolutely crazy. They're constantly saying shh instead of s.
Yeah.
And so they're constantly saying shh. And I go, that's not how you say that word.
Well, I started this one off, by the way, but I was watching, I started drawing my normal work days, just sit down and start drawing, and then I take a break about sunrise, right? And I had YouTube playing in the background on autoplay, and something came up, and this girl was comparing some products, and she said, you know, like, these lighters work, these ones don't. And I'm like, there's no such thing as these ones. It's these.
These ones. Yeah.
These ones. There's no these ones. That's what the word these was created for. Fuckers. Yes, I'm a grammar Nazi because English is a dying language. Don't contribute to its murder.
You know what? I often say this. I barely speak American. Don't ask me to speak English. I barely speak American, okay? So just let me get away with that right now.
Both my parents were teachers, educators, and you were not going to get away with bad grammar in our house. And if you said something really stupid or incorrect, my mother would pop you right in the lips and say, think about what you just said. And you would think about it. All right, yeah. Army, represent.
You made me put my hat on.
You got to represent, brother. So yeah,
I love you. I love you, bubbleheads. I really do.
I'm not a bubblehead.
Oh, you're not a bubblehead. Oh, okay.
Bubbleheads are nuclear sailors and submarines.
Right. Well, I thought you were a submariner. Okay.
Oh no, I was FMF, Fleet Marine Force. I spent all my time crawling through the mud with Marines.
Wow. You know what? I would love to hear that story because me personally, in 2005, the Navy engineers, what are they called?
Seabees.
They came in to Key West in Iraq, and they did not do a very good job, but they worked their ass off. So,
they work better when they're being shot at.
The Army engineers that we brought in a few months later actually did a better job. On the other hand, the Army engineers thought that a 1% grade on a fuel system was a good idea. So that was not a good idea.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we're all just human beings. It's just that, some of us are more superhuman than others.
Yeah, absolutely. And designing the fuel system was just absolutely the best part of my life. Back in, oh God, how long ago was it? 2005. So
I mean, Carol, you don't have to put on pants to go, but probably get home more successfully if you do. I mean, I'm in Atlanta. Nobody would notice here. You could bust up in Walmart in your panties and a t-shirt and nobody would even give a second look. Ask me how I know.
Yeah, don't even bother putting pants on. I'm still wearing my work boots. I hung the 36-inch door in the kitchen this morning, and I haven't taken my work boots off yet. So don't even bother.
Absolutely.
Don't put pants on. Nobody cares.
Well, now, in fairness, I always, pants confirmed. Pants confirmed. Because it's a running joke between between Rex and I. Rex, are you wearing pants? Damn it, are you in your tummy?
Okay, it's a running joke. Okay,
Yeah.
right on.
So, yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Damn it, Dan.
I just thought I'd catch on and be like, oh, hey, I know what that running joke is. No, I don't. But I am wearing pants right now.
Pants confirmed. The Army wears pants also.
Army wears pants as well, yes.
Tell the folks, Dan, that there is no smell on earth like the foot and ass of barracks.
Oh my God. Oh. The foot and ass in barracks. Oh my God. Yes.
Hey, good morning, Charles. Yes, and I woke up at 4 just like you. Pants confirmed if you stand up. All right. Confirmed. Woo!
Carrie's locked in your basement?
Yes, I keep Carrie locked in the basement. I've got it decorated to look just like her apartment, so she didn't really know until I let the cat out of the bag. Hey, Charles, I spoke to Jeff.
Didn't actually notice the difference.
He's all
when
in.
You
I'm sending him some pages.
She didn't notice the difference.
Nah, I did it up. I hired a contractor to make it look just like her apartment or her flat. So, my old inker from back in the day, Dan, from back in the 90s, I reconnected with him, and he's going to. Yes, I know, TJ. You people call pants tidy whities or pants, right?
No, tidy whities are not pants. They're tidy whities.
Anyway, I hooked up with my old inker from back in the day, and he said, I'm in. So I'm going to mail him 2 pages, make sure we still click. Oh, Carrie says she noticed you didn't stand up, Dan. You got to confirm you're wearing pants. He just walked back to his table a minute ago.
Very well, I shall do so. I am in fact.
There we go. Whee! All right, that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah, I dropped my cigarette again.
You got to stop doing that. I'm telling you. You got to save that for sweeps week when we burn the house down. So
I'm still waiting for the insurance to come through, so
yeah,
I can
wait for the insurance to kick in. Then we do
get
that.
away with it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let me see here. I was looking for something.
You know what? So how deep do I go? I am 100% permanent and total disabled through the VA. And I spent 18 years in the Army, 4 deployments. Wow. Okay. So we're having fun instead of being serious. Okay, that's fine. I can do that too.
I mean, I'm just laughing at this, man. She walked down on a guy for wearing tidy whities. Can you imagine his humiliation? Poor fella. He's finally going to score. The pants come off. He's wearing tidy whities. The girl starts laughing and leaves. Burn!
No, just Carol just got my pants off.
All right.
Congratulations, just Carol.
Yep. Well, she's headed to the store to get some cigarettes. Did you not see our warm moment? Carol was out of money and out of cigarettes, so Carrie sent her some money. So now she can go get her smokes. And Carol, the payment for that is you got to come on the stream when you get back. So poof, be gone.
That's the problem is just Carol just took her pants off.
No. She just put them on. She just put them on.
Oh, just got my pants on.
Yeah.
My bad.
So, Dan, are you still up, or did you just get up?
I'm still up.
Bless your heart.
That's the problem. I'm still up. Yeah.
You need some sleep, my friend.
I don't know when I'm going to get sleep.
I didn't think I was ever going to get to sleep last night. I'll be honest with you. I have restless leg really bad. And let's see. I'm telling you, Tidy Whities can't be taken seriously. They was snot green Tidy Whities. I laughed so much my eyes were streaming. Never saw. Oh my God. Well, I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, but unless I was wearing my dress white uniforms, I just went commando. But you know, if you're wearing a white uniform, you got to wear something. So I wore the boxers.
Oh my God. I can't believe you said you're going to go commando.
I did. It was more comfortable.
When I was with the 1st Cav Division Band and we went to Mardi Gras, I was going commando at that time.
Good man.
I was. And unfortunately, the hotel room that we all got together, we had to change into our uniforms.
Yeah.
So I took my pants off. I was like, yeah, no problem. I took my pants off and my friend turned to me and said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah."
No shame in this game, brother. No shame. For me, it was just a comfort issue, bro.
I was playing tuba. Yes, I was playing tuba at the time.
I play tuba and I go commando.
I don't know what else to tell you.
The thing was,
my buddy who turned around and told me, "Really?" He was the singer in the band.
Well, this was the thing. You know, the reason was comfort. All right. In the 2nd Marine Division, you are in the swampy, muggy, muggiest part of the United States. I know people say the Southwest is. That's 100 degrees or 110 degrees with no humidity versus 110 degrees with humidity. All right. So I was like, fuck that, man. Can't even breathe, let alone, So you went commando for comfort. Just saying.
Yeah. You said 2nd Marine Division?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you actually did training with the.
See, yeah, here's the way it works, Dan. The Marine Corps is owned by the Navy, so the Marines do not have medical personnel or religious personnel, chaplains or medical. So the Navy carves off a chunk of their medical and permanently assigns them to the Marines. And I was one of those. And
you were a corpsman.
Yes.
Okay. Now, our former president didn't understand what a corpsman was.
No, he called us corpsmen. And every corpsman in the United States wanted to choke him to death in that moment. Just saying. Corpsman. Psh. But yeah.
I am a Republican. I am a conservative. I am a Christian. And still, to this day, I go, "Really? You could not say Corpsman correctly?"
Yep. Rex does it too. He'll read the word core and go corpse. It's not a corpse. It's core. Come on, man. So, come on, man. So, yeah. Imagine my surprise, though, Dan. I joined the Navy as a corpsman. So I envisioned wearing white lab coats and working in a hospital. And I'm at my first medical school, and when we're graduating to go to our next training billets for your advanced training, these guys are getting these blue and gold envelopes. So they dropped a red and gold one on my desk. And I was like, uh-oh, what does this mean? It meant now you're going to yet another boot camp. To do it all again.
The red and gold means you're going to Camp Lejeune.
Yeah.
Good luck.
But I could not have been happier about it because, I was on a ship, but not as part of the crew. I was cargo. I was going with my Marines somewhere. And I learned real quick, I was not made for shipboard life. I got lost everywhere I went. I didn't get seasick at all. I liked being at sea, but I could never find anything. I learned my way to sick bay because I would go help out the ship's corpsman with sick call in the mornings and at 1:00. And then I could find my way to the galley to eat, and I could find my way to the weather deck. That was it. But if they paged you and told you to go somewhere else, I'm like, go find a real sailor, and ask them how to get
there. You go. Find someone who knows their way around the ship.
That's right.
Do you know what a combat lifesaver is?
Well, I mean, yeah, a tampon.
Okay. No, I'm talking about an actual skill that you have to go to school to learn. Is the combat lifesaver in the Army? Okay,
all right, yeah. Yeah, we used to do that training. We didn't call it that, but yeah, we call it battlefield survival.
Battlefield survival, same course, I'm sure. Yeah. Because I learned how to do the IV, and I learned how to do basic survival skills on the battlefield, and so that was my job for 12 years in the Army. It was just combat lifesaver, not a medic. I was not a medic.
Yeah.
I was a combat lifesaver. I did my fuel job, and I also did combat lifesaver.
Now, see, I don't know how it is, excuse me, in the Army, but in the Navy, when you switch commands until your billet opens up, they'll just stick you somewhere to do any old job, I remember I went to this one command, and my temporary job was working at the nightclub. So I would come in the mornings, take the chairs down, turn on the lights, and set up the bar. And it took all of about an hour and a half to do that. And then you could just go home. That was my job. I'm like, I just want to stay here and do this job.
Now, you see, I don't have a scar on my finger anymore. It took a long time to get that scar to go away.
Yeah.
But I was married for 15 years, and her dad was one of those club managers. And so, yes, you worked for him. Well, you didn't work for him specifically, but
Chief Griffin,
right? And it's like, really, you work in order to keep the bar open.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
Yeah. And my job wasn't even the cool job. Like when it was open and there were people there, it was get the leaf blower out, blow off the walkway. And then it was take the chairs off the table and do this, do that, whatever. And I remember the very first day I did all that, and it wasn't even sunrise yet. So I went to Chief Griffin. I said, yeah, I did all that. What's next? He looks at his watch and he goes, see you tomorrow morning. I'm like, okay. And then I was like, yes, the Navy. Be all you can be. I know that's the Army, but fuck it.
Well, you can see that I was enlisted my entire career. Okay. However, I did go to West.
Now that's Sergeant First Class in the Army, right?
Yeah, Sergeant First Class.
Yes, that's Sergeant
in the Army. Yeah.
Cool.
I did go to West Point Preparatory School.
I'm sorry.
For about 6 months. I chose not to go to West Point.
Yeah, that's it. I never had any desire to be an officer.
Right. I literally chose not to be an officer. That is basically what happened. So I stayed enlisted, and I had a great career and as an enlisted man.
Yeah,
But
I enjoyed it.
Teaching those young lieutenants.
I had a
Well, what can you say? I mean, I've taught a lot of you lieutenants who just came out of the academy or whatever the case may be, you know. It's like, really, sir? Really?
Okay, I know what RAF is. I don't know what REME or PT Corps is. So explain those to me, TJ. Listen, serving, Carrie, and thank you for your kind words, is our honor. It was our honor.
I suspected REMF instead of REME.
Yeah, don't say what REMF is. Yeah, we know about the bean counters, don't we?
I'm a quartermaster.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am
Okay.
I am that guy who was on the base. I am the Fobbit.
Yeah. Yes.
I am the Fobbit. Okay. I was that guy on the base distributing fuel. Okay, so I was the Fobbit. I was.
Now
I don't. I am proud to have worked so hard in Bosnia, in Iraq. Four deployments. Bosnia was the first one. I actually had to work on a tank farm and get the 50,000 gallon bag working.
Yeah.
Because the guy who was working at the station didn't know how to do it. And so I literally went there and I lifted up the vent and I turned on the 350 gallon GPM pump and I made it work. Okay. That was back in 98.
Right.
And when we went in 2003, it was a little bit different. It was just a little bit different.
Did you ever see one of the KC-135 fuel bladders for the aerial refueling?
Actually, yes. I actually had to set one of those up once.
I had no idea how big those things were.
Those things are huge.
Bro, you could have parked Abrams and 2 or 3 Abrams in those things.
You're using a C-17, okay? And the entire crew compartment, or not crew compartment, the entire cargo compartment is taken up with this fuel bladder. You're talking about a 50,000 gallon fuel bladder, okay?
It's freaking huge.
It was wild.
Now, I never saw one in person, but this guy that I met, he would do that over at the Marine Corps Air Station, and he was talking about how their team had to go in and change this. So I never knew what he was talking about. Then I saw it on a YouTube video where there's like 20 people in there rolling this thing up, and they use a tractor to pull it out. And I'm like, oh, that's what he meant.
Now, okay, so you saw the YouTube video and you saw the 50,000 gallon bag, right? Yeah. So in 2003, we set up 12 packs of the 50,000 gallon bags. It was just like, oh, There was a news article that came out that was talking about the blackout sandstorm that happened in 2003 when we went in there. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, I could not see my hand in front of my face.
Right.
But we still had to set up those packs, and so we had the 12-pack set up. Wow. That was the first time I took a nap in 4 days. 4 days.
Yeah. Because
we breached the berm and we drove into whatever our first objective was. Objective Rams. Objective Rams.
Mission packet.
That's where I was. And so setting up the 12-pack at Objective Rams was, how do you do that without being able to see your hand in front of your face?
I don't know, but I'll tell you this.
Did it.
That I think that's the primary difference between working a civilian job and being in the military. Is in the military, when something has to get done, it just has to get done. Period. There's no reschedule, go around. It's do it, get it done. Okay.
Exactly. You don't have a choice. You get it done or you don't get it done. If you don't get it done, the objective fails.
Yep.
And so you do get it done, regardless of whether you want to or not. You get the job done.
Yep. There was a guy I served with. He was a quartermaster, and the dude could not stay out of trouble, so he was forever an E1. And he worked at the supply depot for medical on Parris Island, and he was a valuable guy to know. I'm just saying. Once he made E1, we all joked about that. Once he made the high rank of E1, nobody ever effed with him again, because if you wanted the good stuff, he had to be a buddy, and fortunately I was on his good side, man. I'll bring him a pack of cigarettes or a 6-pack of beer or something. Like, yeah, man, I need to score this, that, and the other. And I knew that my battalion was at the bottom of the pecking order that quarter. I went away from there with everything on my list.
So at Parris Island, what was your job at Parris Island?
I was stationed I was there twice. The first time I was at 1st Battalion Aid Station, and then the second time for an extended tour, I was at the Field Train Unit. So the place where the grenades go off, the rappelling tower, the gas chamber, the infiltration course, all the fun stuff. And,
I every year I had to go through the gas chamber. So yes, I do understand that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But the beautiful thing was when you worked at the battalion aid stations, you didn't have to stand any watches because your hours were so jacked up already. It was like, yeah, you're off the duty bill. I'm like, oh, cool. So that made it work.
You are showing up at the aid station at 5:00 in the morning.
4:30. Doors open at 5, so we're there at 4:30.
Oh, okay. You were there at 4:30. Okay.
Yep. 04:30. Open the doors, and out of the Field Train Unit, not that big a deal. Not that many come to sick call. You just see the people out in the field.
I did not. I chose not to go to sick call as often as I could not go to sick call.
Yeah, but when you open the door at the battalion aid station, bro, there'd just be a line like 100 recruits. That's 100 patients for 4 people to see, and it was like, oh my god.
So how long were you at Parris Island? Because
hey, TJ.
Hello.
Or good afternoon,
TJ.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Oh, I'm amazing. I got a flat tire yesterday after being in a stream yesterday morning.
Oh,
being slated for being a woman and not being able to change a tire and not being able to do this, and we need a man for that, and we need a man for this, and women can't do this, and women can't do that. Later on that, as I say, last night here, I got a flat tire and had to change my tire.
there you go. Because
I'm assuming, TJ, that you did not need help changing your tire.
Well, this is the thing. There was no jack in the back of the car,
oh no.
so I had to phone my dad. So yes, I needed a man.
No.
Well,
Oh no.
I didn't need a man. I could have phoned my sister. I could have phoned my friend.
Right.
But where my
So
tire had gone flat,
you
my dad
could
was the
have-
nearest.
You could have changed the tire if the jack were in the
Yes.
boot.
I was all out to doing it. I got the tire out. I got the, done all that. But when it comes to looking at that, I was like, oh God.
I did say it right. If the jack were in the boot.
Yes.
Okay, I did say it right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We have boots. We don't have trunks.
We actually call it the boot here also,
Oh.
where I'm at.
You do? Really?
Absolutely.
We had a
Called
whole
the trunk
conversation.
Where I'm at.
We had a whole conversation on why it's called a boot and why it's called a trunk on Hen's stream.
Yeah. Is all I know is I've heard both all my life, but where I'm from, particularly with my grandparents' generation, it was the boot.
Well,
Boot.
when they had carriages, they had a box on the back of the carriage
Mm-hmm.
that you put your boots in, your riding boots and your walking boots and all that. So we think that's why we call it a boot.
Yes, but why it's also called a trunk is because what you put your boots in was a steamer trunk.
Was a steamer trunk, yeah.
So that's where it kind of split.
And
That's
the steamer's trunk got tied to the back of the car.
Right.
That's why I speak American instead of speaking English.
We're not even sure if you speak American, Dan. Come on.
I can only speak American.
He does.
Well-
I barely speak American.
Not being fluent American, I am catching a few words.
Hi, Carol. Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you
Hello,
better?
Carol.
Carol?
Hello, TJ. Carrie, thank you. She's my hero of the day.
No
She's
joke.
still not,
man.
she's
That
still
was
not
a
an angel.
wonderful thing to do.
You guys can fight about that. I don't know how long I can stay. I'm expecting a phone call, so when it comes in, I might just have to just dip out.
Well, I may not stay on much longer myself. I was just having coffee and saying good morning to the world.
Mr. CCDV, I have not spoken to you in so long.
I do not remember talking to you, Carol, at all.
Carol's cookies.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's been
Yes.
months.
See?
Yes.
See?
I'm so
Now
sorry,
you
Carol.
remember.
Yes. It's been months. But
I
yeah,
know.
fantastic. Oh, Carol's cookies. Oh, good Lord.
Dan, what time zone are you in?
I'm so bad at everything.
Oh, shut up. What time zone are you in, Dan?
Mountain time.
Okay.
Arizona.
It's still way early for you.
It is, yeah. It's only 4:45.
Golly, man. Get some sleep, will you?
Yeah, go to sleep.
I would love to go to sleep.
Or at least try.
Can anyone here teach me how to go to sleep?
Well, this guy can.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Gordon Shumway, nice to meet you. Interested in a new Buick?
Nonsense. I've not yet begun to defile myself.
I'll make you famous.
I'll make you famous. Yeah, the secret is called trazodone.
when I was in 1/8 Cav, it was a armor unit, and so I did actually fuel up the M1 Abrams.
Nice.
So I do love that clip that you play.
I was in 6/8 Cav. What's going on, my friend?
Just waking up. You know,
I got you.
some people get up and they go, you know, if they have a channel, they're like, God dang, man, I'm too tired to stream. I'm the opposite. When I'm awake, I just go to work. If I can't get woke up, I'll go stream and the chat wakes me up.
Hell yeah.
Hence, here I am.
So you'll never believe what happened to me on Saturday after we got done. Well, little later on that afternoon.
Tell me.
Well, apparently I haven't been taking care of myself, and I was gathering firewood for a bonfire, and I ended up I was wearing way too much clothes for Georgia. You know? So I ended up getting
even in winter time.
Yeah, for the winter time, go figure. I mean, it's that coastal Georgia, man. It's too nice, you know. Which was funny because I was wearing marshmallows from back in the day, the old Army PT clothing.
Yeah.
And well, anyhow, I ended up passing out and seizuring.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, Tanner.
Yeah, good thing my kid came out there to check on me. He ended up calling 911, and the paramedics took me off to the. But apparently, it was dehydration and or like extreme dehydration.
Oh, kidding,
Tanner.
really?
All right,
Wow.
listen. This is going to sound figured up to Tanner
Yes,
and
Carrie.
Dan because they've served.
Thank you.
Your medic wasn't doing his job if he didn't say the following. If you hadn't got a piss, you need to be drinking your water. Hydrate now.
There's plenty of water in my beer.
Hydrate.
that doesn't count if you're a woman over 50.
Dan, that's not hydrating.
Oh my God.
Not hydrating.
That's hydration for him.
Yeah, you go drink stick of water now. You do it now. You understand? Aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Drink water, beat the heat.
Yeah. Didn't know that that you know that you could seizure from that kind of dehydration.
Savannah, Georgia. I was at Fort Stewart, Georgia, and we were very close to Savannah. So every weekend we would go to Savannah.
No, you weren't.
Close
Oh,
enough.
yes, you were. Fort Stewart. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you meant Fort Gordon. My bad.
No, not Fort Gordon.
Stewart.
Yep. Fort Stewart
Home
used
of
to
the 3rd Infantry Division. Thank you very much.
Fort Stewart used to come up and play games with us at Paris Island on our training area. And this was when night vision gear was a thing, and it was just becoming a thing. And this was back when the Army still wore all those wonderful, colorful patches on their uniforms, on their BDUs. Placement where the op.
We still wore the wonderful colors. Yes.
And I'm looking, and I see this long stream of fireflies going through the woods. I'm like, what in the hell? And it was their patches on their sleeves fluorescing under the starlight scope. So we set up 250 cals.
Oh, that was the TRADOC patch.
I don't know what they call it.
It was the red, white, and red, white. No, it was.
No, this was the 80s. There was more than one. They were all over their uniforms.
TRADOC had a lot of patches at the time. Yeah.
Like, look at these Boy Scouts walking through here with their build a campfire patch on.
Well, remember, 3rd Infantry Division did not actually move to Fort Stewart until 93 or 94.
Yeah, this was the unit that came up was only battalion size, so I don't really know who they were. But I know there was a full mech division there at one point, and then it became an LID, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. There's still a mech division.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
Armored Cav.
3rd Infantry Division is a mech unit. Yeah.
No,
I chased Bradleys for my first 2 years in the Army. So
Oh man.
you
I
guys
was
know
armored
the
through and
difference
through.
between a Bradley and an Abrams, right?
Uh-oh.
I sense a joke.
What?
Air conditioning.
Well, actually, yeah, but with the newer one.
No, troop capacity, believe it or not. You can get 8 infantrymen in a Bradley, and you can only get 3 armor guys in an A1 Abrams.
You get 12 in there. You just got to shove them down in there.
Yeah, but ask me how many infantry guys we can fit on the outside.
Yeah.
There. See, take it up.
Got my ass chewed for that one time. Hey, can we get a ride? Yeah, sure. Come on up.
Yes, we need to shut up about military stuff.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
But
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah. That's all
I'm
we
okay
know.
listening to the military stuff. I was brought up in the military.
Oh, back in the day.
I don't know
Quite
nothing
a-
about no military.
Quite a few people think I served, which I didn't. I was just brought up on camp, and my dad was a sergeant major.
Oh, wow.
Sergeant Major.
Sergeant major instructor, QSMI.
Nice.
But
So I'm the odd one
Now,
out.
I'm assuming it didn't drive you crazy, but when people called your father Major, it probably drove him crazy.
Sarge.
Didn't it?
No, I never heard him get called major. He was always QSMI. I only ever heard him get called Q or QSMI.
Okay, fair enough. In the U.S., for some reason, sergeant majors, when they walk down the street, they get called major. And it's like, no, I'm enlisted. I'm enlisted, and I'm proud to be enlisted. So
Yeah,
it
my
drives
dad.
me crazy when you call me an officer. I'm not an officer. I'm a non-commissioned officer.
Yeah, my dad used to say, "I worked for a living. Behave yourself."
I work for a living.
Damn Skippy.
He done 25 years in.
Wow.
Started off as a tank regiment, and then went into the physical training corps.
Damn. So they were
So
the.
you then actually trained soldiers.
Pardon?
Chieftain?
Your
Everybody.
dad was a drill
Wrap this
sergeant.
up. I got to go pick my stepdaughter up from the airport. Sure, Ryan never showed up.
Oh, so
Oh,
he's
man.
checking us out. Gee,
So I
thanks.
got to go to stinking Atlanta.
Oh,
Love
no.
Atlanta.
So Tanner, TJ, Dan, Carol, thanks for coming out. Carrie, whoever else was
Good
in
night, Doc. Thank you again for having me on. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
My pleasure. As always, you guys make my day every single time. So peace out.
See you next time.
Later.